What's going on, guys? Sunny, aka the Random Recorder here. So today, me and Carlos just went to see Ready Player One. So we saw it at AMC. So they had these posters, just showed you. So we're gonna do a movie review.
Well, let's get the bad out of the way. There's not much.
Okay, yeah, there isn't that much bad. The special effects get a little dodgy.
No.
Sometimes.
Nope.
It's not like it's not like a dramatic, like it's not like looking at your face. But
No,
I would just say they get kind of a little bit,
Okay, so there's a. We're not gonna give any spoilers.
We're not gonna give any spoilers,
Spoiler-free.
right?
Yeah. Trying to think.
And then also the camera. Was that on purpose?
Yes.
Because the camera
It
does
was very shaky cam, so if you get motion sickness.
Yeah, but also no, but it looked a little grainy too.
Like
Was that
it
on
was shot on
purpose?
film.
It was shot on film. Yeah, I thought so.
Which now I'm gonna.
That's awesome.
I really don't have anything bad to say about the movie yet.
I mean, okay, but on terms of the story was good. It was interesting.
The story was amazing.
But
yes.
there was no moral.
There were some.
There's no lesson.
Okay, it's very hard to talk about, but there's this one plot point that's supposed to be developed that never gets developed.
I just say the overarching part of the film, especially to the end, especially around the end, if you've watched it, there's there's something that they start to talk about that
it's
there, it's important, but it's never forced throughout the rest of the film.
Something very it's very awkward. There's one part of the movie that's really awkward. And you know the part I'm talking about. And I was just kind of sipping on my drink, trying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I was just trying not to look at my mom. Well, yeah. But anyways, let's move on to the good.
So the good. Oh, okay. This isn't gonna fit.
Now, so
How long do you want to make this video, Carlos?
I'm editing the whole thing, so it doesn't
Alright,
matter.
okay, right, okay.
So basically, in my opinion, I think that this whole movie. Now, at first, when you see it's being shot on film and they have certain lighting conditions, there's one part, I'm not going to name it, you'll know when you see it, when the grainy film part, you really start to appreciate it.
Start to appreciate that. You notice that a lot more. And okay, one of my favorite things is the Easter eggs in the movie, the very.
Now I saw a video. IGN named 138. That was my prediction for the movie. They were gonna have so many Easter eggs, hour-long Easter egg videos for the movie.
None of them are directly forced at you.
Now
none of them are
there's
look,
a big climax point.
It's Tracer from Overwatch. No, it's just you see her and you're oh, it's Tracer from Overwatch.
There's a big climax point, and it's beautiful in the way that
you can just see
the animation's great. The CGI. Now they shot the whole thing using motion sensors with HTC Vive. It looks nothing like anything in VR chat.
Right, it's nothing like that. So, the way that they portray VR in this movie was amazing. The special effects are very nice.
Especially considering they didn't animate. It's not animated. It's all mocap.
It's all mocap, which is insane.
Yeah, to think about.
And just some of the stuff you see in this movie.
The acting is amazing. James Holliday's character.
He was weird, bro. Oh God,
he was the way that he was portrayed.
He was super.
The thing is they build a depth to his character. So he kind of has what I call the Black Panther effect, where they tell parts of the story throughout the movie, so you understand
about him, so you start to understand him better. Wade was pretty. He was an interesting character.
Ben Mendelsohn's character is just great.
And then
he's menacing, and there's this one part that's really funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're thinking about two different parts, but still.
I don't think we are, but okay. So how would when they go into the oasis and you can see it, like you can really start to appreciate the way that looks. Like that looks amazing.
Okay, this isn't a spoiler.
Right.
At the beginning of the movie, I'm not. Yeah, at the beginning of the movie, there's a race, right?
That's not a spoiler, that's in the trailers and everything.
Where they do this like they're doing shaky cam like the whole time. Like it's not
time.
It's not like where in the. No, I'm not gonna say that. No, it's not. It's so great to see that, and like they have like Van Halen playing in the background.
Right.
They have all these like Kong, which was in the trailer.
That was in the trailer.
Yeah, they have all these different things happening. And you're just like,
like you know what's going on.
So
like oh, it's the Akira bike. Oh, it's the DeLorean, and like in the book actually, specifically with the DeLorean, there's like a whole paragraph where he says, I got my DeLorean with a fake flux capacitor, blah blah blah. But in the actual movie,
that's
you just see it, and
feel
you're like, oh crap, it's the DeLorean, and it's the Akira bike over there.
Ernest Cline is kind of, I would say, knowing how much I've read a few pages of the book. Did you see the Screen Fetish movie fights? I didn't see Wrinkle.
Did I see Wrinkle in Time? No. But
that's a joke. Something very cool about like this was how everything that they described, they were really descriptive in the book, and it
because to paint that picture,
film.
Because you're in the VR.
Also, we're in a
restaurant right now because he refused to come over to my house. There's
you want to take over?
It's hard to talk about some of the best moments of this movie without spoilers. Like it's very hard, you know.
There's a whole
there's because
with like
if you see
it's a reference to a movie. I'm not gonna say what movie or anything, but I was laughing so hard during that part because Sonny is like
I got so
freaking
scared,
out.
bro.
He's like trying to. I was like, no, I'm scared too. I'm like, no, really.
Yeah. Thank you. There's like this really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
This is an awkward part for the review.
Yeah. That's really good.
That is really good. So you're gonna like edit this whole thing after?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can. I would say, in terms of accuracy to the book, I read like the first 20 and 30 pages. So straight off from the beginning, it's not.
That's something very easy to do though, because
yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when you plan an essay. Like you just have to fill in certain parts. Like they give you a whole description in the
book, but it's not. They use that in the book to describe what you're seeing, especially because for something like VR, you have to be able to picture that, because they can't just, for
cinematography is fantastic. There's the parts towards the end of the film.
Yes.
I was watching, and I was like, this is like really indie almost. And so I'm trying to compare this, and I mean indie film,
Definitely.
not Indiana Jones.
No, yeah, we know.
Okay, so basically, this whole film is pretty. It's just like you're watching it, and Steven Spielberg directed this. There is a really cool reference to Back to the Future in this. When you watch
that reference to it actually is important later on.
It's not.
Yes, it was.
It's just like if the average person saw that, they wouldn't understand it.
Right.
I swallowed a tapioca ball, and I don't know how I feel about that yet. But anyways, this movie was like.
It's really good.
I would give it a 10 out of 10. Personally.
It's like.
Because there's like this level of movie fan inside jokes and
if you're not
knowingness to it,
if you're
a Spielberg fan, you're probably
gonna like the movie.
If you're an 80s
video
fan,
game 80s fan, movies fan, you're gonna like the movie. I would say what I like about it though is that with the book, most of the references are either explained or you just don't understand them, right? But with the movie,
visually seen.
Right. With the movie though, you don't have to know everything to be like, you don't have to have seen Back to the Future to know someone's driving a DeLorean. You're not, like, Master Chief is in there somewhere. Tracer's in there like
Battle
6
Toads
times.
are in there. That's
The Ninja Turtles are in there. Blue Beetle is in there. Like, Tracer's in there 6 times. It's weird.
Logan Paul, like the dead Japanese guy, he's in there.
He is? Okay. I was like, yeah. But yeah, you don't have to know.
Also, the way
every
that they
reference.
built this advance, so like the cover of Ernest Cline's book, which I may put a picture up, is like the stacks.
Right.
The way they translated it to the film, I was watching an IMAX special thing this morning about it. So amazing. It was all real. It was all real.
Right, it was all real.
Special effects were fantastic.
Amazing. Definitely.
Practical effects were very
Good.
hard to do in this movie.
Yeah.
Just the cross of having 2 different realities that you're going
Right.
through has never really been done in a film before.
I would say, especially during the end of the movie, because if you've seen the trailer, you know, there's that whole sequence with all the characters like charging towards the screen. That part of the movie is really good. It's there to the end.
Because like that makes you smile.
That makes you smile. Especially
sound.
this one specific part. I was so happy.
This whole movie, the sound is very important. I love the theme, and the problem with like a lot of movies, like nerd movies these days, like Marvel movies and stuff, is they kind of overtone all the music. So
Well, Black Panther.
no, but
Black Panther's the exception, yes.
it's still like they overtone the music. Like the music
The music in this movie
is fantastic.
fantastic. It's a
The
bunch of
theme,
80s
I was
music
listening to it
basically.
this morning, and it's kind of like Jump Up Superstar. You have to see it in the movie to listen to it and like recall it. So it's supposed
Probably though, the worst part about the songs, you can consider this a spoiler. Take On Me's not in this movie, and that makes this movie trash. 0 out of 10 guys.
nope.
No, they remixed Take On Me for the trailers. It sounds amazing. It's not in the movie. That's pretty annoying. From the beginning of the movie, literally,
All of the
you hear Jump.
throughout the whole movie, you hear these songs.
The 80s songs and everything like that. It's amazing.
So I was listening to the soundtrack on Spotify, and it was I can't find a bad song. It was now if you're final closing statement verdict. I would say 10 out of 10. Team Parzival, I got pants on. You have pants on too, but I've already played one pants on.
He was ready, but yeah.
This whole movie is fantastic for a geek. If you're anything,
If you're not a geek though, it's still great.
like
I mean,
like
you're gonna understand everything. But
you're gonna be the butt of the joke if you
you're
don't
gonna, yeah, but it's still really good.
get it. But it's still really good.
No,
I
I
would
don't get
give it a 10. Get it. The butt of the
Oh,
joke, yeah.
okay, yeah.
So this movie is for the nerd, and that's like really.
Right.
It's not done much, and I'm very excited to see since if this is going to revamp Steven Spielberg as a new fun
Right, definitely.
director.
Because his last few movies haven't been
He
the
did
best.
post BFG Lincoln, and those were.
Those are
He can.
this movie though.
But he can dabble in documentary and more fun movies like this.
This movie was amazing.
So it's very
So,
evident
I mean-
that he still has his touch, and I'm
Right.
very excited to see where he goes.
Can I give my verdict now? For
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Probably like I'd say a 9.5 out of 10. And the only reason, everything about this movie is good. The only issue I've got is with that story part where it develops like a portion, especially with the whole 2 realities part of the movie, it develops a bit of something at the end, and there's just like a few messages that it's really trying to drive, you know, friendship. It's like an anime, just it's not really, but there's just, oh crap, it's 16 minutes long, but there's just not a direct message that you can get from the movie, especially with like in comparison to a lot of Spielberg's other films. Like Back to the Future, there's a message. With this one, it was kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
you can
Oh,
leave the
yeah.
theater like awesome, but at the same time, if you're looking for it for a story, the end, most of it's not very sort of. You're gonna be disappointed by the end of this story because there's no sort of moral message, lesson basically, that's very present throughout the movie. There's only a few that's special at the end.
But overall, I think the story's amazing.
But overall,
the
the
acting
story
is
is really
great.
good. The acting is yes.
Cinematography and everything that was really done on this movie, including just how far ahead special effects
Right.
are, really excites me to see where Steven Spielberg goes next.
If you like this video and me insulting Carlos, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter for memes. And peace out.